Hey guys, happy Monday. Torsar here with another Sports Talk video. And today is the day, the special that everyone's been waiting for. That's right, the NBA All-Time Mega Draft. Now let me explain the rules. They're very simple. I am going to pool in every player in NBA history. And you have the number one overall pick to start your franchise with. Who are you taking? Now, the only caveat is you are not picking this player based off the career that they had. Okay? So don't just, if you truly think you could get the same out of Michael Jordan all over again, sure, pick Michael Jordan, but let's just not go with Michael Jordan because he's the best of all time, or even a LeBron James. Maybe that's your pick, but remember, not based off the career they already had. You are getting, just to set the rules, you are going to get this player at 18 years of age, just so it's equal for everyone, because some people like LeBron, Moses Malone, Kobe, they came into the league at 18. Other guys like a Tim Duncan, a Kareem, even a Michael Jordan, they played, 2 to 4 years in college, okay? So everyone, you're getting them. Today's NBA, they're drafting these guys early. You are getting this player at age 18. How ready are they now? Are you willing to wait on them 2 or 3 years? Do you think you could get the same? This is your player to do with as you please, okay? Hire the coach, hire the GM to surround players around him. You are the team owner. You get to call the shot. Who are you picking? Now, for reference, let's go to thelines.com, 50 best players of all time. And there's only going to be so many people, all right, guys, that are an acceptable answer. Now, this is not my top 10. I don't agree with all these results. But obviously, or actually, this is a top 50 list. My bad. I don't agree with all these rankings, but let's not get into that. That's not what this is about. First of all, obviously, most of the players in the top 10 are going to be legitimate picks. The only other question is, besides someone like a LeBron, is there anyone in today's current NBA that would also be worthy of this? The only two players I could really think of are Luka or Giannis. Jason Tatum, he's a great player, but are you really going to take him number one overall in all of NBA history? And then there's question marks like a Bill Russell. All right, I'm not going to get into the plumbers argument because I don't agree with that. All he did was play against plumbers. Now, he did really play on fantastic teams where there were so many Hall of Famers. He was the best player on the best team. The league only had 8 teams at the time, but he was still a great player. So is he someone that you could pick? Wilt Chamberlain, not the best winner of all time, but just the stats he put up, again, you could say versus lesser competition, but with today's nutrition, today's training, what could you get out of a guy who is such an insane athlete? I think he's a very legitimate pick. And also, I'm just gonna say I'm not gonna tell you yet who would I pick. So if you want to hear that, you got to wait around just a little bit. I hope you enjoy the video, by the way. Magic Johnson, legitimate pick. Larry Bird, I don't know. With Larry Bird, I think there's great all-time player, but would he be a legitimate pick? Again, you're not picking off the career that they had. You're picking what you think you could get out of them if you had to get them back at 18 all over again. Tim Duncan, that'd be interesting. Kobe Bryant, I know a lot of people, I think as far as, I don't think he matches up with some of the other people in the top 10, but then would you want to go for the mental aspect too of, if you got Kobe Bryant at age 18, he's ready right away to start playing, ready to start competing, ready to ask the other guys to start competing, just like him and Jordan. You're not going to have to worry about the mental aspect whatsoever. All you're going to have to worry about is getting him to share the ball with his teammates. Shaquille O'Neal, legitimate. Hakeem, this is probably where it starts dropping off a little bit. Hakeem, I think you could say, I don't think Steph Curry, KD, I think that would be a legitimate pick. This is where it really starts dropping off a little bit. I mean, these guys, don't get me wrong, they're all-time great players. Giannis, that's interesting on the list. They already have him at 26. I think he could be a legitimate pick. I really do. And then the only other one I think in today's, Patrick Ewing. That could be an interesting one. You know, a lot of people would go with a big man, and he was one of the best of all time. I think the only other guy is, interestingly enough, also they have Luke on here already, that's just crazy. But yeah, who are you guys picking? All right, I think obviously the choice of a lot of people will be Michael Jordan, but you know, this is for today's game. Do you trust that Jordan is going to become a useful 3-point shooter? How valuable is he going to be in today's game? LeBron James, I think, might be a better pick than Jordan or Kobe. He came into the league ready to play right away. Maybe he didn't have quite the mental attributes that Kobe and Jordan did, but maybe that's also a good thing. Today's players are a little bit softer up top than guys back in the day. People don't want to be talked down to. People don't want the jerk in the room, the guy who's just, LeBron James might be a little bit too much of a nice guy, but I think it gets overrated how people want to call him mentally weak just because he didn't match up to the iron will of Jordan or Kobe. That's kind of unfair. That's why those guys were some of the best players of all time. Now, if you want to know who I'm picking, and part of this, I had this idea before, but I knew I already wanted to pick him. And then when he came out with his recent statements about LeBron James and how he's kind of has professional jealousy. All right, some of you already know where I'm going with this. Shaquille O'Neal. That's who I'm taking number one. That guy, if he had listened to Kobe and listened to him trying to get on his butt for having a better work ethic, and if you could get him over again, keep him healthy, keep him in shape, all right? That guy could have been the best of all time. We wouldn't be talking about Jordan, LeBron, anyone else. It would be Shaquille O'Neal would be at the top of the list. I'm sorry. I watched that man play his whole career, and there is never, ever, maybe Wilt Chamberlain, you could say, could match him in physicality. But even Wilt, I mean, you saw him in Conan the Destroyer. He wasn't exactly a small dude, but man, Shaq is just built different. That is a large human being. The agility, how he used to run down the court, his hands. You see some of these big men, they don't get a shot up cleanly because they catch the ball, they fumble it for a second, now the defender is all over him. Shaq didn't have that problem. And then even if he did fumble it a little bit, he could just bully just about anyone out of the way. I'll take a prime Shaq on my team. Not a prime Shaq. A fresh Shaq back at the age of 18. Y'all can have whoever you want, and I'll be confident that my team, I'm getting at least one championship out of them, if not more. If not more. And he's going to become, on my team, the best player of all time. And he knows it deep down inside. He knows he should have been. He knows if he had stayed in shape in the off season, had some of these guys' work ethic, had taken it more seriously. He knows he would have been. I truly believe he would have been. He would have probably at least won 2 more titles. He would have scored that many more points because he would have played a few more years, and those years would have been more productive. He wouldn't have had those last few fall-off years like when he was playing with LeBron in Cleveland. It would have been it. It would have been prime Shaq. Prime Shaq was an unstoppable force, the 8th wonder of the world. I've never seen anything like it. I doubt we'll ever see anything like it again. You can have your Victor Wembanyama, or sorry if I'm saying his name wrong. I got the Giannis Antetokounmpo down, but I'm going to have to learn to say that one just to be professional about it. But you can have all these tall, skinny guys. KD, I think, would be a legitimate pick, but I'm sorry, I'm taking Shaq. Because once he gets into his prime, it's game time, baby. Anyway, guys, a short one for me. Only a little over 10 minutes. It's amazing. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope people can have fun with this. Please, who are you picking? Let me know. And until the next one, stay healthy. Peace.